Hi guys and gals. I'm here to share with you a very cool pictorial representation of multiplication. So we're going to multiply fractions with models. And the idea is our denominator here is 8. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this thing, the 6/8, is going to be the bottom. So the 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And whatever this is going to be this, right? So here we've got this block, and we've got this block, right? And so this is 1 high, so that's a 1. And this is 6 wide, so that's a 6. And you know how to multiply these things, right? You just multiply the tops. 1 times 6 is 6. You multiply the bottom, 6/64. But the point is that the way to visualize that is it's where these two things overlap. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if that doesn't make complete sense, we'll go through a couple of examples. But the short answer here is because this is 1 high, this is a 1, and so the answer to put in here is a 1. Okay, so what's our logic again? We've got 1/7. So let's count, right? Which one of these has 8 and which has 7? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? So again, that's this. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's this. So the 1/7 represents the blue. And this is how many out of 8? Well, all of it would be 8, and this is 1 less than that, so it would be 7 out of 8. And the overlap is the answer, right? It's 7 out of 56. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? But again, the question is asking for this box, which is 7 out of 8. Okay, so you're basically counting, you've got two colored shapes, right? You got this colored shape and you got this colored shape. And you're counting the number of rows or the number of columns, right? So the number of columns here is 2. That matches this. The number of rows here is 3, which will be that blank. And when you cross them, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 30 in all. So it's just a way of visualizing this product of fractions, which is cool. Anytime you can do a visual, it helps you understand it. Okay. So 7/8 divided by 7/8. So this is 7. And this is 7. And they're both out of 8. Equals 49, right? So there are 49 of these, right? The overlap, this overlap is this number. And then the total number of squares is the bottom, right? So the total number of squares is the bottom on the right-hand side. But this grid is 8 by 8, so this should be 64 on the bottom. So look, I know what you guys are thinking, right? You're thinking, why are we making this hard, right? I mean, you know how to find the 64. 7 times 7 is 49, 8 times 8 is 64. That's great. The point of this isn't to just do this and get that number. The point is to connect this in your brain to a visual so that later in life you can extend that visual to other cases, you can be more creative about math, you can make connections, right? So this one's a little less answer oriented as it is process oriented. Okay, so use the model to complete the multiplication sequence, right? So here's 3 out of 8. Here's 1 out of 8. And the overlap is 3. And how many squares are there in all? 8 by 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's a 64. It's a chessboard, right? So this is 64. So we'll write 64. Okay. You get the hang of it. There's 6 pink. There are 3 yellow. That makes this 3. Here there are 6, whatever color that is, 2, whatever color that is. So the overlap is 6 times 2. That's the numerator of the answer. And the denominator is how many cells there are in all, which is 3 by 8, or 24. So, 24. Okay, 5 out of 7. And 7 out of what? Well, there are 8 things here in all. So 7 out of 8 will give us an 8 over here. Okay, so here's 6 out of 7 and 3 out of how many? Well, there are 4 left, so it's 3 out of 7 in all. And 5 out of how many? 1 out of 2, right? 1 out of, this whole thing is 2. So this is 5. How many are there in all? 8. So that's this. This thing's an 8. And then the overlap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is here, and 16 is how many cells there are in the whole thing. But the answer we're looking for here is 8. Okay, let's see what goes on here. Okay, so 8 out of 9, this is 8. This is 9. We've got 4 out of 7. So the overlap here is 4 by 8, right? There are 32 cells in this overlap. So this would be 32. Okay, I know it's a slightly hard sell, right? Because you can do all of these questions without the pictures, but that defeats the purpose. Because look, calculators can do math and calculations better than you ever will, right? So there's not necessarily a need for you to memorize or be really fast. It's better for you to understand what's going on with pictures, right? So if you're ever saying, what's the point of this? I can just do it. I don't need the picture. Well, pictures are good. They help you understand things better, and they help you communicate ideas better. Okay, hopefully you're convinced about that. And if you're not, it'll take some time, but that's okay. And I'll see you guys next time.